Hi, I'm Frank, the low carb cocktail guy, and today we're going with another mixer. One of my favorites. I've been messing around with it and really didn't kind of do the math a whole lot until fairly recently. So this is Grenadine. If you didn't notice by the thumbnail, Grenadine is a pomegranate syrup. And I've used Monin in the past, and I've used a bunch of different brands of the sugar-free syrups you can buy. And I did the math. And the math, like, holy shit, that's a lot of carbs. When you make your own Grenadine, even with allulose, it's almost 5 grams of carbs per ounce. That's a lot. Till I realized, what the hell? You're using usually about a quarter ounce, half ounce at the absolute most. Most times, it's usually a teaspoon or two. So then I did the math on that, and that looked a whole lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to make a low-carb Grenadine. I don't know if I'd call it keto, just because of it's pomegranate juice and it's high in carbs. So, but we're gonna talk a little bit more about the carb and math stuff in a little while. So first things first, get a pot, get it hot, and put some pomegranate juice in it. Palm Wonderful, 100% juice, no added sugar, but like I mentioned a few seconds ago, 39 grams of carbs in an 8-ounce serving. So when you do the math and break that down by the ounce, 39 divided by 8 is 4.875. Now, let's put this in here while we talk a little bit. Now, when you're doing this, most recipes will call for a bar spoon, which is a teaspoon. And there's 6 of those in an ounce. And that's like 0.18. I think it is. Let's do some math. 4.875 divided by 6. Yeah, 0.81. It's got 0.81 carbs in a teaspoon or a bar spoon. And a lot of recipes call for a bar spoon or a teaspoon of Grenadine. You don't use this a whole lot because pomegranate's a pretty powerful flavor. You don't want to overdo that in your cocktail. That's why these come in very small amounts in your recipes. So while this is getting hot, let's kind of check this out again. So Red Tide, let's take that as an example. It uses a half ounce of Grenadine. So we got the 4.875 divided by 2.43 grams of carbs. And with the other ingredients being 0 carbs, your cocktail has less than 3 grams of carbs in it. I'd call that low carb all day long. You've been watching long enough, my rule of thumb is 5 carbs or less. Unless we're doing tiki where we're adding a lot of other things into it, then I might bump it up to 6 or 7. But in general, we're looking at 5 grams of carbs. And this is like, yeah, almost half of that. Next, we're gonna go with some RXSugar Allulose. RXSugar is a sponsor of my channel. I want to thank them very much for providing me with some allulose. Now, most of the time I'm going to tell you to do 1 1/3 cups of allulose to your simple syrups and other syrups. With this, I kind of, not this one. With this, I will go equal parts of pomegranate juice and RXSugar. So we're going to go with 2 cups of RXSugar, because it's a 16-ounce bottle of the pomegranate juice. Now, this really doesn't have to come to a boil. And that's the one thing I like about RXSugar. Just got to get it warm. It doesn't even have to boil, because this dissolves really easy and really fast. Now, one last ingredient, because there's only 3 ingredients in it, and that is pomegranate juice, RXSugar Allulose, and some orange flower water or orange blossom water. Some people call it orange blossom water, some people call it orange flower water. It's made from the blossoms of the orange flowers, hence the water of the flower of the orange. And this really just kind of enhances some of the flavors that are already there. That's why we're using the 2 cups of RXSugar opposed to the 2 2/3. So because this is really going to enhance some of the other flavors. And here, we're going to add 1 teaspoon. Oh shoot, this has got that dropper stopper thingy on it. Whenever you get a bottle with a stopper or a dasher top on top of it, make sure you put it back. especially if it's bitters or even this. This stuff is super strong, super powerful. This, if you overdo orange blossom water, you won't be able to drink whatever you have. I promise you that. The flavor is so concentrated, it's crazy, crazy. And then we can turn that off because that's already dissolved. So it didn't even boil, and yeah, I can stick my finger in and not burn myself. Probably shouldn't have done that just in case I would have. I don't know. Then we'll let this cool and then we're gonna bottle it. Now that the grenadine had time to cool, let's go ahead and bottle it. Just get yourself an airtight bottle and a funnel, and that's basically it. We're gonna pour that on in. Got a little bit extra that didn't fit in there. All right, and so let's kind of look over the math real quick on this. So like I mentioned, 39 grams of carbs in a pomegranate juice divided by 8 ounces. That comes to 4.875 grams of carbs per ounce. But you're never gonna use a full ounce of grenadine in a drink. Usually, most recipes I see is a 1/4 ounce. So we're gonna take that 4.875, divide that by 4, that's 1.21 grams of carbs in a 1/4 ounce serving. So from there, if you need a double to a 1/2 ounce, you can do the math yourself. That hurts my head trying to do too much math all at once. So we're gonna go with 1.21 grams of carbs in a 1/4 ounce, which is the most common serving. You will find some cocktails that will use less than that and only a bar spoon. And a bar spoon is just a teaspoon. You can divide that 4.875 by 6, because there's 6 teaspoons in an ounce. So you're never gonna use a full ounce of grenadine in a drink. At least you shouldn't. That's just way too sweet. And the pomegranate flavor is gonna be way too overpowering for anything that you have. So guys, that's it. We now have a low carb grenadine. And it's basically just like regular grenadine that you'd find at the store or make on your own. We just use RX sugar instead, which is an amazing sweetener. And I want to thank them for being a sponsor of my channel. And without them, these things wouldn't be possible. So thank you, RX Sugar, for helping me out. Y'all have a great day, because I got some grenadine coming soon. And we're all gonna have a great day once we drink that stuff. So see you later.